Okay, and then when I am planning to take next out these brake pads, I need to take, of course, first this car feel, and then I need to lift up this little bit this brake disc, that this car is like in air, that I can rotate this brake disc, and then also I can change this position in that way. And this is important, that we have key in our key lock that I can rotate this disc area. And it is always good to insert this brake pads, this brake caliper area in this position, because now we can see those bolts in here. There is 1 and 2 bolts, and for that purpose we need normally this French, what size is 1, 2, like 12 millimeter, or 1, 3, this 13 millimeter. And normally it should be 12, but in that my case, this my tool fits in this. It is 13 millimeter. And then I need to open this bolt and this bolt in here, and this opening direction is, now this is, let's look at what is this direction, because it is always okay. Now opening direction is in that this area is start, and then this direction, like in here this is start, and then in that movement, and like here and up. And now this bolt opens, this is opening direction, start, end, and then quite soon I can use my fingers, and there is then this bolt. It is short, specific bolt, and then I take this upper bolt also away, and that way, and then this part should move. But if this is stuck, I can take some tool, like some flathead screwdriver, and if I insert that head in here, I can bend that in this way. And now this caliper opens easily. And in this step it is good to be really a little bit carefully, because if we are too hard, we can damage this brake fluid cable, and it's bad thing. And that's carefully we lift that in here, in that position. And now it's there fine. And then when we are in that position, I can take those pads away. They are in here, and normally they are quite easy to take out, like in my case. But if they are rusty, we need again this screwdriver, and if we little bit bend that in this way, and especially in that area, in that way, this is good place. This area, when I insert my tool in here and then I bend in that way, then it opens, because sometimes these are rusty. And then this another one, in same idea, that I insert my tool in here and then a little bit bend, and now brake pad opens. Okay, and now we can see that this is my brake pad area looks good. And then when I am installing new pads back in here, there is good that we insert in these areas in here some lubricant in here, and also in this upper area, because this lubricant makes these our pads better in longer time, and it resists this corrosion. Okay, then I take my lubricant and I lubricate these parts. Okay, and then we need this specific grease, what name is copper paste. Copper paste, it is brown and it is special. It is made for these brake pads, and then this also this bolts, this brown area, and then these areas what I am next planning to lubricate. And this idea is that when I open this tube and I press that area, there is nice brown grease, and this is like oil, but this is very hot resistant. Look, there is 1000 plus degree is this oil resistant, and I insert in these areas this oil, and also these bolts. These are very important to lubricate, and this lubrication happens so that I take these parts in that way away, and then I insert this grease in here in that way, and then I insert this back, and then I press that totally, and now this part has been lubricated, and then this down area also, and in the same way copper paste in there and in back, and then if there is little bit that paste, I can insert that in this area in here, because I need to insert that lubricant also in there. And let's look closer, and in that way I insert only in this area, not in that part. If I insert this my lubricant in this is really bad thing, because now I need to take my cotton cloth, and here is my cotton cloth, and because if I grease this brake disc, then my brakes are bad. And then I take cotton cloth, and I immediately take, this is 100% cloth, cotton, and now I clean this my grease away in that way. Good. And then I insert this my grease also, and use gloves, because this is harmful item. Always I use gloves, look, because they protect my skin. And I insert also in that another side, and then there is this upper part. Here I insert also this grease in there, and in this upper area also, in that way, and in another point also. Good. And then next step is that I need to install those new pads. And here I have these new pads, and in that another area in here, in that area, it's good to insert also this my copper paste in that way, because now this resists really well this corrosion. In that way looks good, and also in that areas I can insert that, and this is only against for rusty and corrosion. And now when this thing is ready, we can install this brake pad back, and then check that there is no any grease in that area. And this area is this bigger part where I insert this my grease. And this is like, that part it is steel, and this is this braking material. We can see that it is shiny. Now I install in that Nissan car, these brake pads goes very easily in there. It's easy. Now they are in position, and same idea in this back area, and I install there first grease. that way, and then also in these up areas in that way, and then this patch goes in this direction very nicely. It goes in there. Okay, or actually, okay, now it's there. Good. Okay, and now pads are nicely, and then next step is that I install this brake caliper back in that part, and sometimes this brake caliper, this part is moved, it has been moved in this direction, and I need to compress this part back. And there is an idea that if we need to compress this pad, there is a trick that we do so that, a little bit better view, that I take one of these brake pads away in that side, and now I install this my brake caliper in here, and note, by the way, that this is like hint that in here, that this area, when I install these, I need to rotate this part first in that position, in this way, and then when I rotate, I need to check that also this part is also in same position. And now when they are nicely, I need to then press that caliper in here, because there is interesting springs in here. This is like Nissan style. I have not ever seen that kind of springs, but this means that I need to press that in here, and in same time when I press that, I have to take these my bolts in here. There is my bolt, and I press first that in here in that way, and then in same time I rotate this my bolt. Good. And then the second bolt, and it goes in here down. I press that again, and then this down bolt. Okay, and then when I rotate this both bolts that way, I can do this my trick. And the idea is that now I need some big screwdriver in that hole. I have big screwdriver, look, this is quite big, and I insert my tool in here, and then I start to bend that. And this idea is that now I compress this brake caliper cylinder back in here in that way, and I insert it here, and then I bend in this direction in that way, and then I hope that, and this can be, I insert my here, and this is quite hard job because this screwdriver bends. Maybe I need some better, but let's look that what I can do. Let's look, and then I check, then I do my next step, and then I open these bolts, and I check next that can I insert my pad now. Okay, this is a little bit hard, and I use my friends. Okay. Okay, now I insert this my caliper in here, and then now this upper part drops, but I can insert it again in there, and then I insert brake pads back. This is first one, then second is there, good. Second is there, and then I insert this brake caliper back in that way. Now it goes in there. Now it's there like deeper. And now I can install these bolt backs back, and then I like to show that what else possibilities we have if this is very hard to compress this part. Okay, because I am now, this part is this piston, and normally this goes up, and I need to compress that in so deep in here inner. Second possibility is that if we have very big tongs, these are good also. I open and then I insert my tool in here, in that position. Then I insert my tool in here, and then I compress that in this way in inner. Look. Now it goes, and we can look a little bit far away. That in here I insert my tool in that way, and in this position I compress it inner. This is excellent if we have big tongs. And then in sometimes we have really bad situation that these calipers can be extremely tight. And that's I need one specific tool. And this is like final help. It is this workbench. It looks like that. And in that position I insert this my workbench in here. In that way, or actually I do so that I take first this one a little bit away, carefully, then I insert my workbench in here, in that position, and then when this workbench is in here, this works always. Then I insert this my caliper in that position here. Look, now it's very nicely. This is only thing is that this is quite heavy. This part, that my tool is quite heavy, especially to use that position, and then caliper in here, and carefully, and then I can compress in this position. Look. In that position I can start to rotate this my tool, and now this piston goes 100% in inner, because this my tool is so powerful. Okay, good, but this is this idea, and then we continue that my normal work, so that when we looked at what was this my situation, now this my caliper is okay. In here this caliper piston is in here, just in right position. Look, it must be in that position when we install new pads. And in that way, by the way, we can install also this my grease in that area. this my copper paste. I always insert this my grease in here in that way, because this corrosion is really bad situation. Okay, good. Now it's fine. And then I start to install these parts back. And first I take this part what belongs in here, and I check that those rubbers are okay, and then I install these pads back. And then I check that it's that way. Now they are nicely, good look. And then I install this my brake caliper. It goes nicely. Okay, and now it happens that one part drops to ground, and it is this metallic plate what is in here. This plate. That plate. Okay, and where this plate belongs? Because this plate resists this brake pad noise, and I need to install it back that way, and this pad belongs, this part, this metallic part, it belongs in here, in that way. Now it's in position. Again I install. They should be in that way. Good. And now I install that my caliper again. And now, and note that when I am installing this caliper back, that sometimes I need to compress this upper part in here inner, and like move that this caliper goes in that way, in nicely in this position. Look, that I need to press that in here, and then also this upper and this down areas both a little bit rotate. And now they are nicely good. And then I take my bolts, this bolt, and I insert that in upper area, and then this down area also, down area in here. And now when it's fine, now I can also use this my socket and friends. First I can, and now I insert my tool, and this down area, when I fasten, this movement is now in this way, start, end, and in here down, same idea. And in here, this upper one. Okay, good. Good. And then this final togue, that how much we need togue, it is that we can use this smaller wrench, and then to fasten like using one hand or two, like in one hand, not too much, but like something like 20 Newton meters force. Okay, and now they are good. Okay, and now brake disc replace is ready, and the final step is to check always that is this our brake caliper moving, like in my case it moves nicely. And then the last part is that next I need to go to this cabin area and I have to press my brake pedal 10 times because now these brake calipers, they are loosened. And next I need to go inside and please press brake pedal 10 times that this movement stops. Because now this my disc moves because there is loosen in here inside. Okay, that was this information. Thank you.